Here's my profit plan to make a minimum of 10K a month plus costs. One MyFunded Future Core 50K account costs $77 with no discount. There's usually a 5% discount, which can bring the cost down to $73 to $74. So here's some details. With MyFunded Futures, you can have 5 50K funded accounts at a time, which is going to be crucial because that's how we're going to make 10K a month. Not catching huge trades, catching base hits, small trades that will be copy traded. So, simple rules for the account that MyFunded Futures has for their eval is there is a 3K profit target and a 2K max drawdown. If you already understand funded rules, then great. If you don't, I could try to explain to you in the comments. And for MyFunded Futures specifically, they have a 50% consistency rule. So I usually only risk 1% on the eval or during the eval phase, which is about 500 per trade, and I take a minimum of 1-to-1 R. I aim for a minimum of 1-to-1. I usually hit 1-to-2, 1-to-3, 1-to-4. It depends. Usually on the lower end. But this means that if I hit, let's say, a 1-to-3 risk reward trade, and I'm risking 500, and I make 1,500, I could then make 1,500 the next day, and that would be within the consistency rule. 1,500 plus 1,500 equals 3K. And if I don't make 1,500 on the first day, and I only made, let's say, 1-to-1, 500, then I'll just continue to follow my rules until I pass the account. The plan is to pass one account, follow my rules, receive a payout of 1K, which MyFunded Futures will take a 20% cut. I will be left with $800, then I will proceed to purchase more accounts with the payout money. If I did not build a buffer, and I only made enough for one payout, that means that, let's just say that I made 1K on the account and tried withdrawing it. They force you to leave $100 in the account. So I would only be able to take a $900 payout. So let's just say that instead, I made $1,100 on the account, which MyFunded Futures forces me to leave $100 in the account, which would then allow me to take a $1,000 payout. That would then leave my account with 0 drawdown, with 0 buffer, with no money to risk. So as soon as I get my payout and I try to trade with that account, if I go into drawdown, which is almost inevitable on almost any trade, I would lose the account. I basically blow the account by taking a payout without building a buffer, without building a balance. So it doesn't matter too much for the first account if I'm going to build a buffer or not. It's probably a good idea too. I can, it'll just depend on what I decide to do when I get there. I will probably try to build a buffer, be more disciplined about it. The thing is, if I somehow, for whatever reason, just stop following my rules and I have enough money for a payout, that would suck to blow all that. But regardless, we'll see what I do when I get there. So if I did not build a buffer, I would then have to purchase 5 more evals. If I did build a buffer, then I only had to purchase 4 more accounts. So let's just say that I only made enough for one payout. It would then cost me 77 times 5, this is with no discount by the way, that'd be 385. So for my initial payout of 1K, minus the 20%, which would equal $800, minus 385, I'd be left with $415 from the payout, which is not too bad. I would then proceed to follow my rules, risk the 1%, get the accounts funded, and then once I'm funded, I will then risk 0.5%. I will de-risk. So I would do that until I have a buffer built of about 2K to 3K. Once the buffer is built with all 5 accounts, I will be risking just 0.5%, that would be $250 per trade. So with a 1-to-1 R risk reward, that would be $250 a day times 5, which is 5 days a week, times 5 again, because I have 5 accounts. So $1,250 times 5 equals $6,250 a week, which I can only have a 1K payout per account, which would then be 1K times 5 minus the 20% that My Fund of Futures takes. That would then leave me with $4,000 a week. So $4,000 times 4 equals $16,000 a month. Disclaimer, I'm aware I may not win daily, but I'm also not only hitting 1-to-1 risk reward trades. Remember, this is the minimum I'm talking about. Alright? Minimum. And again, since I can only withdraw 1K, if I keep making an extra $1,250, that's also going to be added up to the account. That will also give me more room on the account to lose trades, etc. But if you have a 1-to-1 risk reward strategy or system, that is already a high win rate system for the most part. Usually you either have a high risk reward and a low win rate, or a low risk reward and a high win rate. In my case, I use a system that is lower risk reward but wins more often, which is great for prop firms. Works out perfectly. So this is my plan to make minimum 10K a month. I already passed an account, got funded, got a payout, but I spent that payout on other things. I had to move, etc., etc. Now I am funded again, and I am going to try to proceed in following this plan. So this is what I'm going to do, and I'll update and make more videos on it.